Good evening. It's Sunday, May 15th. I'm going to talk about community. Oh, sorry about the new lighting. I just did that today and I'm not sure how to adapt to it. But I got to talk about community among potters. This comes up for me today particularly because yesterday was the spring sale for the Lawrence Potters Guild. And I don't know if Lawrence Potters Guild sounds like a fancy title or not. It's basically just a group of from 15 to 20 potters who happen to live in or around Lawrence, Kansas, and get together twice a year to have a very low key uh, sale on the lawn of the public library. 6 hours. Uh, but it has several advantages. And we spent some time yesterday talking to up and coming potters, mostly to welcome them. Some of them were asking, how do you do this? And others were saying, oh, I'm just getting into clay. And we said, oh, you should come to this sale. And talking to them about that. I've talked in the past about when you're making pots as a new potter, uh, more or less regardless of the quality, you end up with more pots than you can possibly give away to friends and family. And certainly the ones that have utility, the coffee cups that can hold coffee and so forth, you don't want to just put them in the landfill or smash them up for a mosaic or something. You want the coffee cups to go do their work holding coffee. So eventually you end up trying to sell. And conceivably, you could go straight from student potter to having your work in a gallery, but that's unlikely, and it has certain emotional hurdles you have to cross and so forth. So usually, people who are learning how to make pots end up selling for the first time in some sort of low-key community sale kind of way. It could just be the students at whatever school you're learning your ceramics at. And in fact, I intentionally had that as part of the syllabus when I taught the fall semester at William Jewell. Christmas is coming at the end of the year, and I said, okay, we're going to have a sale. You're not required to sell anything you've made, but you are required to show up dressed appropriately to clerk so that you get a sense of what's involved in being a clerk selling handmade ceramic art to strangers. They all did it. They all did a good job at it, and it was low key. I mean, they were supervised. Other people were bringing the shelves and signage and the paper and the bags, and we made it very easy. And that's what the Potters Guild sale is an easy way to get started. The other thing about community as potters is that making pots can be a pretty lonely endeavor. I mean, you're in your studio and somebody else is in their studio and their studio is someplace else. And usually that's okay. I mean, the people who get into ceramics don't usually get into it for the noise and the bustle and the crowded room. That's not really the ceramics way. But it can be nice every now and again, the Potters Guild, it's twice a year, to hang out with other potters who are talking about pots or whatever. I mean, at one point yesterday we were talking about raising chickens. But just to get, that sense that what you're doing is a okay and normal thing to do. Just to sort of touch base and say, making pots is okay, right? Yeah, making pots is okay. So look around wherever you are. If you're starting out, there's probably some sort of group that you can be part of in a way that doesn't cost anything or doesn't cost much and doesn't eat up your time, and see what benefit you can derive from spending a little time with them. If you're still in a college or university setting, you may actually have to start the group. So at the University of Iowa, when I was in graduate school, we started this, the Ceramic Society. We just decided we wanted to be able to make some money and to hold some sales to do that, and so we got it organized and we made it happen. And then when we got some of the money, we actually used it to pay the fee for visiting artists of our choice, not the professors. So, sometimes these gatherings, have a further mission to them. The Lawrence Potters Guild, for instance, gives out a scholarship to a high school art student as they go off to college. But that doesn't have to be the benefit. The benefit is the time spent with like-minded individuals. Anyway, good luck. Have a good night.